Well, this of course is the 40th anniversary of the riots that took place in Toxteth in 1981. But I want to set all that in the context of the experience I had as Secretary of State starting in 1979, when I was able to begin the process of rejuvenation. The riots had the effect of galvanizing my interest in that. I felt I'd been involved in the city for a couple of years, and then the riots took place, and perhaps I should have been more aware of those circumstances. But then I spent the next 18 months trying to help regenerate activity in the city to prove that it could happen here, even in those very difficult circumstances.
Really pleased to hear him speak so positively about the determination of the people of Liverpool, and about how, as a minister, he walked the streets to find out what was happening and what he could do to assist people, really. So that was really fascinating. Thanks for the invitation. It's great to be here. It's nice to be out and about at last. And it's great to start being out and about with an event as good as this one.
As a police officer in the riots, I obviously saw at first hand the devastation and the bitter divisions that were caused around the city, and the bandwagons that emerged, which people very, very quickly jumped on. Michael Heseltine, I believe, transcended that. He didn't take side, and he concentrated on uniting the city with a vision for regeneration. And we're standing here today with the legacy of what Michael did. Listening to people, you mentioned about he came for 3 weeks, he listened, and then he actually acted on it. And I think it's a great thing for business to listen to your clients and then to act appropriately, and something that we do a lot of the time at GSTS, constantly listening, constantly trying to change. We look at reinventing our contracts as well every 6 months, so there's always got a fresh perspective on things. When you look at Michael, somebody who's 88 years of age, he's still got a fresh perspective on things, which is great.
And he was talking about his experiences in Liverpool in the 80s after the riots, and he was also talking about some of the stuff he's done around devolution at that time and his vision and view for devolution going forward. I mean, his kind of view around devolution, some of the things that we're doing now that we think are quite revolutionary, he was clearly doing them, 40 years ago. So he's obviously someone who's been well ahead of his time. I didn't quite appreciate that. And it was really interesting to sort of hear his views on Brexit and the economy and the way that he thinks that's going to go. I mean, I took away things like, having a vision, having a clear idea what you want to do, being really clear around that, bringing people with you and being bold and being inspirational, because all of those things came across. I mean, what he did that 40 years ago, and you walk around Liverpool now and look at the city, some of those things that he delivered 40 years ago are still here now. And he was the one who had the vision with the people he was working with at the time. And I think that's the big thing to take away. Things don't happen overnight. Be resolute. Be clear about what you want to achieve and be bold.
Yeah, we've had a group of leaders from the city coming together, listening to a presentation from Lord Heseltine. Obviously, his commitment to the city has been terrific. He's been back to look at the waterfront this morning, look at the developments that he was involved in many years ago, and just talking to the audience, really taking questions and answering from his perspective in the modern day. I think, obviously, for me, I'm born and bred in the city. I was here at the time, young girl at the time when he first came to the city to give his support. So hearing that story and sort of historical account really was so powerful and really appealing. So very special opportunity to be here today.
Today was an opportunity to hear from Lord Heseltine, 40 years almost to the day since the civil disturbances took place in Liverpool, about the progress we've made since those days. It was a chance for him to look around the city today and see some of the projects that we worked on together in the 80s and the 90s, the Theatre Precinct, Weybridge Technology Park, Albert Dock, and see how they've matured and come on and form the bedrock of the regeneration of the city, where a whole series of other schemes came on board after that. But I think the confidence was created by the work that Lord Heseltine put in place, and I was able to play a small part in. And a chance also to look forward in terms of where the city's going to, with issues like the heritage status, the UNESCO issue, the Everton Stadium. So we covered a lot of ground, had a very good visit. I really enjoyed listening to him, and I've had some very, very positive comments from the downtown members about what they've heard today. I thought it was a tremendous event, but more importantly than me thinking it was a tremendous event, I've been around virtually every table, and everybody from the downtown membership and all the other people who were there today said they found it a tremendously inspiring event. So congratulations to downtown for putting it on. I'm really pleased to have played a small part and bring Lord Heseltine back up again. And to Frank and all the team, thank you for all the help you've given us in doing this today. And it's lovely to see people back in the arena, in business again, doing what we should do, which is working for the prosperity of this city.
If you enjoyed that video, then please subscribe to our YouTube channel on the link below and be among the first to get to listen to all the latest interviews through the Downtown Den.